Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm back in action with another look, another batch of movies. Oops, it went back to movie reviews after all. That's okay. It's another batch of another movies coming out this weekend, August 8th, 2014. And what's coming out this weekend? We'll start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's right, it's another reboot, another chance to give this franchise of time to shine, and let's see if we can actually do it this time. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has a very interesting history, very interesting background. Started off really great back in the late 80s, early 90s, then teetered off, and they've been trying to really bring back the magic the way it used to be back in the day, but they could never really capture that magic again. Hopefully this time will be the turning point. Can they really do that under the production eye of Michael Bay and with the star power of a Megan Fox? Ooh, we'll have to see about that. It's going to be a tough call, let me tell you. Ultimately, it's got the similar story. You got the Shredder, the Foot Clan coming up, all the things we love, but will they really combine to show the way we want it to be? And that's what's going to we're going to find out. A little worried, when this whole thing started, they talked about how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were going to be aliens, not mutants, and they have since changed their mind about that, or so we've been told. You never know which direction they go with things like these. I have to admit, the first thing I've got to say about Ninja Turtles, though, is just the look of them. It doesn't impress. I'm really not happy with their appearances. Not compared to the old ways. But we'll see if they can turn it around and how good it goes. I'm going to give this one a decide. I really can't tell you to see it. I can't tell you to pass on it. Too much is still unknown. So let's hope for the best, and I'm sure hope it'll be worthy. Next up, The 100-Foot Journey. This is one of those really sweet movies that rely more on character and charm and dialogue and actual plot and storytelling. This one looks really good. It's about a restaurant that opens up across the street from another restaurant. Though the restaurant, the first restaurant is actually struggling. It's been there for a long time. It caters to the kings and rulers and stuff like that, to the high clientele. This one kind of moves across the street with a younger cook, a more daring cook and stuff like that. So it's got some real charm. The trailer really works. It's sweet, it's funny. I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to give this movie a see it, and I hope it's going to be worthy, because it definitely looks worthy to me. Next up, Step Up All In. Now this one, this one I have to admit is in a class all by itself. This is the 5th movie from the Step Up franchise. I guess ultimately when it comes to Step Up All In for this particular movie, all I have to say is this. If there's no Channing Tatum, I don't see the point. When this thing started back in the day with Channing Tatum, he was beginning, they've stayed pretty much the same. They've got these great dance moves, but they've got these lackluster stories and even worse acting. Let's face it, it is what it is. And some of these people, if you look at their filmographies, not going to name any names here, Moose, but if you look at the filmography, you'll see that he's really done nothing else. Well, one other movie, but LOL really doesn't count. This is the only thing they do, It's a dance craze. Once again, we have the same story. It's all about this big dance competition. You got Sean, who takes his group from Miami to Los Angeles to make it, but they don't make it, and so the mob goes back to Miami. So he needs some help. Moose steps in to help him. He brings in the girl from Step Up Part 2 to help get him and her back into it, because she suffered an injury recently. They're trying to get back into the dancing. They apparently are to collect a crew or something, because they hear about a big dance competition in Las Vegas. And when they go up there, the mob is also there, and that's kind of difficult for Sean. You can expect a lot of the drama that always comes from these movies to happen. You can expect a lot of the other similar stuff, the love story, and all those familiar elements. Because when it comes to the story / character development / everything else, it's just not there. But the dancing's there. The dancing's what it's all about, and everybody knows that. So this one, one gets to decide, one gets to see it. This one gets a niche. All right, you see it if it's your niche. All right, or I like to pronounce it niche, but I'm not going to go there right now. So if this is your cup of tea, you will know, because this is the 5th one already. You know, this isn't the first one. This is the fifth one. I'm hoping for better special effects, just as cool dance moves, and if you like that kind of thing, go for it. I'm sure it's going to be worthy. Next up, finally, Into the Storm. Well, we've had an interesting combination this next batch round. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles decide 100-Foot Journey is a see it, whereas Step Up All In is a niche. Where does that leave Into the Storm? Well, obviously, it's a pass. It's a big-time pass. I guess because this kind of movie I wouldn't say angered me, but annoyed me and frustrated me with things like, I don't know, The Day After Tomorrow, 2012. What other movies are like Into the Storm? Only this time, I don't see the big occurrence. We basically have these college kids who realize a huge storm is coming, and so they go to cover it. And they find themselves in over their head as the storm takes out its vengeance. The winds are going to go crazy, tornadoes are going to go nuts, hurricanes are going to be excessive, and everything's going to be oh so amazing. But don't worry, some chick and her boyfriend are going to make it at the end with some horrible storytelling and even worse plot development, if you can call it that. Into the Storm is all about the special effects, and you would think something like this would be nice, but let's face it, this is such an old story, and it's so stupid. It really just gets under my skin. So obviously this one gets a pass. I can't see anything worthy of this. The poster alone identifies this. It's not enough that you have the lady who's being sucked in by the tornado. But don't worry, she's holding on to a car door that must be the strongest car door in history, and or her boyfriend is also there holding onto the car door for dear life. But it's so powerful that the cameraman over to the left, if you can see him, isn't moving at all. Okay, that's how stupid these movies are. They're so inconsistent. You know, on the one hand, it's like, yes, this storm is so powerful it could rip buildings to pieces, but it won't tear the bones from your flesh or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's a pass. I don't think it's going to be worthy at all. But enough of my ranting and raving. That's it for me today, guys. We'll see you at the theaters.